The universe expands. Galaxies drift apart. Stars ignite and collapse. Particles flicker in and out of quantum uncertainty. Is vast beyond intuition, ancient beyond memory, structured in ways that resemble webs, filaments, and networks. And sometimes, staring at that structure, a question emerges that feels less scientific and more philosophical. Is the universe a living conscious thing? Not metaphorically, not poetically, but literally. Does the cosmos think? Does it experience? Does it possess awareness at some scale we have not yet understood? At first glance, the idea seems mystical. Life, as we know it, requires chemistry, cells, metabolism, replication. Consciousness in humans arises from networks of neurons exchanging electrical and chemical signals. The universe is not a brain. It does not have neurons. It does not metabolize. And yet it has structure. On the largest scales, galaxies are not scattered randomly. They arrange themselves along filaments in what cosmologists call the cosmic web, vast strands of matter stretching hundreds of millions of light years, intersecting at dense clusters. When visualized, these structures resemble neural networks, nodes and connections, clusters and pathways. The resemblance is superficial but striking. The temptation is to interpret similarity as equivalence. But structure alone does not imply awareness. A river delta resembles branching veins. Lightning resembles neurons firing. Similarity does not equal identity. Consciousness, as understood in neuroscience, arises from complex information processing. Billions of neurons interact, forming feedback loops, integrating sensory input, generating internal models of the world. The human brain operates at roughly 10 superscript 1 operations per second. The universe contains vastly more matter and energy. But scale does not guarantee integration. Information in the universe is distributed, not centralized. Galaxies do not communicate with each other in coordinated ways. There is no known mechanism by which the entire cosmos integrates data into a unified perspective. Still, some theoretical frameworks entertain broader interpretations of consciousness. Panpsychism proposes that consciousness is a fundamental property of matter, present in some rudimentary form even at the level of particles. In this view, awareness does not suddenly emerge from complexity. It is intrinsic, becoming richer as systems organize. If every particle possesses some proto-conscious quality, then the universe, composed of those particles, might be conscious in aggregate. But this remains speculative. There is no empirical test for panpsychism. Then there is the idea of the universe as a computational system. Some physicists describe physical laws as information processing. Quantum states evolve according to mathematical rules. Black holes encode information on their horizons. Entropy measures information distribution. If the universe processes information, could it be said to compute? And if computation underlies consciousness in artificial systems, could cosmic-scale computation produce awareness? Again, scale complicates the analogy. Computation in the universe is not directed toward goals. There is no evidence of centralized feedback loops coordinating cosmic behavior. The universe evolves according to physical law, not intention. Stars fuse hydrogen not because they decide to, but because gravity compresses plasma until nuclear reactions ignite. Planets orbit because space-time curves, not because they choose trajectories. And yet, there is a subtle counterpoint. Life emerged within the universe. Consciousness arose from matter arranged in particular configurations. Humans, biological processes embedded within cosmic history, now reflect on the cosmos itself. If consciousness is a property that can emerge from matter, and matter is a product of cosmic evolution, then, in a limited sense, the universe has become aware. Through us. Carl Sagan once described humans as a way for the cosmos to know itself. In this framing, consciousness is not separate from the universe. It is a localized phenomenon within it. The universe is not conscious as a unified being, but parts of it are. Another angle approaches from cosmology. The universe began in a low-entropy state, a highly ordered configuration. Over time, entropy increases. Structures form and dissolve. Complexity arises temporarily before eventually fading as stars burn out. Conscious systems require low entropy locally, energy gradients that sustain organization. The universe provides those gradients. In that sense, it fosters awareness. But fostering is not the same as possessing. The concept of a living universe often leans on metaphor. We speak of cosmic birth, the Big Bang. We speak of stellar life cycles. We speak of galaxies evolving. But biological language applied to astrophysics is descriptive, not literal. The universe does not metabolize nutrients. It does not reproduce in any confirmed sense, though some inflationary models speculate about baby universes forming within black holes. Even that remains theoretical. Perhaps the deeper reason the question persists is psychological. Humans evolved to attribute agency. We infer intention behind patterns. Thunder once implied gods. Disease once implied curses. As our understanding expanded, natural processes replaced supernatural explanation. Now, at cosmic scale, the pattern-seeking impulse resurfaces. The universe appears finely tuned for life, physical constants falling within narrow ranges that permit atoms, stars, chemistry. Some interpret this as design. Others propose the anthropic principle. We observe a universe compatible with life because only such a universe allows observers to exist. In multiverse theories, countless universes with varying constants may exist. We inhabit one of the rare viable configurations. No intention required. Still, the mystery remains profound. Why do the laws of physics allow consciousness at all? Why does matter organize into thinking systems? Why is there something rather than nothing? These questions border philosophy as much as science. Science requires testability. A living, conscious universe, if defined as a unified awareness, offers no measurable predictions. There is no experiment to detect cosmic introspection. No instrument to measure universal emotion. Consciousness, as currently understood, correlates with specific biological or artificial substrates. Without evidence of large-scale integration, feedback, and information coherence across cosmic distances, the hypothesis of a conscious universe remains metaphorical. Yet metaphor has power. Viewing the universe as alive can reshape perspective. It reframes humanity not as an isolated accident, but as an expression of a broader, unfolding process. Encourages reverence, connection, humility, but we must distinguish inspiration from evidence. The universe expands because space-time dynamics demand it. Dark energy accelerates expansion for reasons not yet fully understood, but not because of intention. Quantum fluctuations occur without purpose. Black holes merge without awareness. If the universe is conscious, it does not communicate. It does not intervene. It does not signal preference. It follows equations. Still, one interpretation remains elegant. Perhaps the universe is not conscious in totality, but consciousness is one of its properties. Like gravity, like electromagnetism. Given the right conditions, stars, planets, chemistry, it manifests. Not everywhere, not always, but inevitably where complexity allows. In that sense, the universe does not need to be a single thinking entity. It only needs to permit thought, and it does, through us, through every mind that contemplates its origin, through every equation written to describe its expansion, through every telescope pointed at distant galaxies. If the universe is aware, it is aware in fragments, localized islands of cognition embedded within vast oceans of space-time. It does not think as one. It thinks in billions of tiny nodes. On one small planet orbiting one ordinary star, consciousness arose and began asking whether the cosmos itself shares that property. Perhaps that is the closest answer we can approach. The universe may not be a living, unified thing, but it is the only environment in which living, conscious things exist. And in that reflection, matter contemplating matter, there is something astonishing. Not proof of cosmic awareness, but proof that awareness can arise within it, which may be mystery enough.